Do you allow me to record? Yes or no, Matthew from California?
Yeah, it's already said recorded.
Yes, already recorded, but I have your permission. Why we record it? Because I'm going to get old, and you are getting stronger, and then eventually you are going to get married and have children. What if your children don't want to study history? What will happen? Then you can show them your video. How about that? And you need to know Seljuk Turks and how the Seljuk Turk from the border of China being moved away all the way to Anatolia and destroyed the Byzantine Empire and the chain reaction. The world history, the world where we are today. So we study them together. And Seljuk dynasty. You will read the Seljuk dynasty, and we keep on doing this very important battle. Basically, they defeated the Byzantine Empire, which is the East Roman Empire. These are very cool stuff. We study them together. Now, read for me. Seljuk dynasty. Let's see. And you even know a little bit of Chinese and 塞尔柱王朝.
Yeah.
塞尔柱王朝 OK keep on going Seljuk dynasty
The Seljuk dynasty
Seljuk Turks
or Seljuk Turks was an Orthodox Turkish Sunni Muslim
it was a Western Turkish people 在中国说就是西突厥人Okay, you want to join us? Do you want to say hi to Matthew?
Could I have a mouth?
No. Go. You have 1 hour. You cannot interrupt my class, my wonderful class. And I will cry because in 20 years, 30 years, somebody will watch this wonderful stuff. Okay, he cannot interrupt me. Okay, they are Western Turkish people who spoke this branch of a Turkish language. 在阿尔泰山脉地区的 I have them as my friend. They are Sunni Muslim dynasty that gradually become personate society and contribute a lot. Okay, so we are working on Seljuk people. The school don't teach enough, so that's why we pick up this school. Go ahead, read one more paragraph.
The founder of the Seljuk dynasty, Seljuk Bey, was a descendant of the royal Khazar chief
Khazar people. They're the Khazar people. The Khazar people
chief Tukak, who served as advisor to the king of Khazars. In the west,
even right now, we have a country called Kazakhstan, right? In Central Asia, in West Asia.
In West Asia and Central Asia, the Seljuks established the Seljuk Empire, the Sultanate of Kerman, and the Sultanate of Rome, which stretched from Iran to Anatolia and were prime targets.
From Iran to Anatolia. Anatolia is in current what? In current Turkey. Was the prime target of the First Crusade. So we are studying First Crusade right now, right? So that's why without the Seljuk expansion, they won't have this one. Okay, so the battle of this battle, let's watch a little bit and then you summarize it.
The Seljuks were a tribe from Central Asia that adopted Sunni Islam at the beginning of the 11th century. Through a series of wars, they became the masters of this region by the year 1040. Their conquests continued, and in the next 15 years they took control of modern-day Iraq and Iran. The Seljuk Sultanate came into contact with the Fatimid Caliphate and the Byzantine Empire.
Fatimid Caliphate. Fatimid is a very special group of Muslims. And because one of the Muhammad's daughters' name is Fatima, Fatim, Fatima. Yeah, so the descendant of Fatima established Fatima Caliphate. Caliphate is almost like a kingdom, right? Okay.
At the same time, Transcaucasia was vassalized.
Transcaucasian, I mean the Asia part of Caucasian and the European part of Caucasian.
And that opened a new lane into the Byzantine Empire. In 1054, the Seljuks attacked the Byzantines for the first time by raiding Trebizond. The new ambitious Sultan, Alp Arslan, used this weakness in 1064 to capture ever-important Ani. The empire's defensive strategy relied on a chain of fortresses stretching from the Caucasus to Syria.
So this one is your homework. It's a very good program, and that will be your homework, and I'm going to summarize it and then ask you to read about that. Early history of Seljuk. Go.
Okay.
The Seljuks.
The Seljuks originated from the Kinnik branch of the Orhus Turks, who in the 8th century lived on the property of the Muslim world.
Periphery means on the side, on the suburb, on the unimportant area of
periphery of the Muslim world, north of the Caspian Sea and Aral Sea. In this century,
and definitely you need to know the Caspian Sea. No, you need to know the Caspian Sea. Okay, the Caspian Sea. Where's the Caspian Sea? The Caspian Sea near the Black Sea, and there's a lot of countries are fighting over the very natural gas and petroleum-rich Caspian Sea area. Oh, by the way, there are a very good restaurant near me called the Caspian Restaurant. They are Persian food. So around Caspian Sea, there's a lot of Persian culture, but the Russians also trying to influence Caspian area. So keep on going. Caspian Sea.
Okay, Caspian Sea. He and Aral Sea in their Orhus Yabgu state in the Kazakh steppe of Turkestan. During the 10th century, Orhus had come into a close contact with Muslim cities. When Seljuk, the leader of the Seljuk clan, had
So Seljuk is a name, a person's name. He's a Turkish leader. He was founder of the Seljuk dynasty, the namesake of Seljuk, the modern town near the ruins of ancient city in Turkey, the leader of Seljuk clan.
Mm-hmm.
So he's fighting with another job and okay, keep on going. Mm-hmm. So in this very important year, he converted to Islam. Okay.
Converted to Islam in the 11th century, Seljuks migrated from the ancestral homelands to mainland Persia in the province of Khorasan, where they encountered the Ghaznavids. The Seljuks defeated the Ghaznavids at the Battle of Nasa in 1035. Seljuks' grandsons Turgil and Chahir received the insignias of governor, grant of lands, and were given the title of Dekhwan.
I don't know what this word mean. I mean, this word, hopefully they have the Chinese name. Then I will know. 出点语言. Yeah, I don't know what the meaning. 语言. Means this guy controls this piece of land. So it's almost like a provincial leader with a class of land-owning magnates, the big guy. During the Sasanian, this is a dynasty, Sasanian dynasty, an early Islamic period. Okay, so the land leader. At the Battle of the Turkmen. Okay, go. They defeated it.
They defeated at the Battle of when they defeated the Ghazni army after the successful siege of Isfahan and
Oh, no. Homework. Research this wonderful city called Isfahan. Supposed
Isfahan
to be most beautiful city in the world. One of the most artistic and beautiful city in the whole world. Homework. Research this wonderful city. Just look at the picture of this city. Shia Muslim Empire, and they have the river. In the ancient time, there's a lot of wonderful poetry talk about this city. This city is a city of a garden, the city of poetry, a city of art. One of the most beautiful city in the world history, and not many people know it. In Chinese, now you write it down. 伊斯法罕. Can you write it down for me? 伊斯法罕. Hopefully you can write the Chinese, right? Yes or no? You're in the Chinese class. Yeah, when the world is at peace in the near future, I will visit here, but I need to get some money first. 是在伊朗大伊斯法罕的重要城市，它位于首都德黑兰以南的406公里。OK， 曾经是世界上最大的城市之一。Used to be one of the biggest city in the whole world. So in the medieval time, they are the most cultured and beautiful city. And in the poetry, they said, when I read the poetry, if we have heaven, the heaven on earth would be Isfahan. So that's why, yeah. Before we die, and we need to visit this city. Established the great Seljuk Empire. Seljuk Empire, 塞尔柱帝国. So if nothing else, we study this one. 塞尔柱帝国. Why we study this one? Because we need to find out what happened, why there are crusade, and crusade are so important to our world even right now. Last time we talked about, what happened in Iran. The Seljuks mixed with the local population adopted the Persian culture, Persian language, because Persians are their boss. So later period. Okay, the Seljuks. And so therefore, last time we studied what? This is not yours. This is not yours. This is not yours. This is our history class. Okay, main character, we talk about, Oh, we talk about the movie. Did you have the chance to watch the movie, The Crusade?
No.
Not yet, right? The Crusade. But we are talking about this crusade and this crusade. And also the most important thing is we are talking about the timeline of the crusade. The timeline of the crusade. Okay. Now we watch a little bit more and then you summarize.
The fall of Ani opened up territory from Kars to Edessa, and shortly after the fortresses of Malazgirt and Alat near Lake Van were conquered, becoming operational bases for future invasions. In 1067, Antiochia, Melitene and Caesarea were razed by the Seljuks. The gates to Anatolia were now wide open. Emperor Constantine of the Doukas dynasty passed away in 1067. His widow Eudokia recognized the dire situation the empire faced and was eager to limit the power of the Doukas, so she married a member of a Cappadocian military family, General Romanus Diogenes. The new emperor was anxious to drive the Seljuks away and even planned to take Iran, Iraq and Syria. In March of 1068, Romanus amassed a new army and marched towards Caesarea.
So that is a monumental fight between the East and the West. Okay, and you read a little bit, then this information will get into your brain very well. Definitely, none of the best high school in the United States are teaching this. No, you understand it. I'm very proud of you, Marcy. Go ahead.
Okay, the Battle of Manzikert or Malazikert was fought between the
Byzantine Empire. The Byzantine Empire used to be this big. Byzantine at its height. Okay.
Byzantine Empire and the Seljuk Empire.
Seljuk Empire at the highest. Give me a map, please. See the Seljuk Empire.
That's pretty big.
That's pretty big too. So this empire on 1071. Wow. Okay. That's almost exactly, 1,000 years ago. Keep on going.
Near Magzikirk, Iberia, modern Malazgirt in Mus province in Turkey, the decisive defeat of the Byzantine Empire and the capture of the Emperor Romanos.
Wow, they captured the Byzantine Empire. Keep on going. Played an important role.
Played an important role in undermining the Byzantine authority in Anatolia and Armenia, and allowed for the gradual Turkification of Anatolia. Many Turks traveling westward during the 11th century saw the victory at Magzikirk as an entrance to Asia Minor. The brunt of the battle was borne by the Byzantine armies, professional soldiers from the eastern and western Tagmata, as large numbers of mercenaries and Anatolian and levies fled.
Levies means is almost like a taxation. This village, you have to give me 50 foot soldier and 20 people on horseback. Keep on, flees early and survive the battle. The fallout.
The fallout from Magzikirk was disastrous for the Byzantines, resulting in civil conflicts and economic crisis that severely weakened the Byzantine Empire's ability to defend its borders. Aqueductly, this led to a mass movement of Turks into central Anatolia. By 1080, an area of 78,000 square kilometers had been gained by the Seljuk Turks. It took 3 decades of internal strife before Alexios I restored stability to Byzantium. Historian Thomas Asbridge says in 1071, the Seljuks crushed an imperial army at the Battle of the Magzikirk.
In Eastern Asian Minor's current Turkey. Okay, go. And though historians
no longer consider this to be an utterly cataclysmic reversal for the Greeks, it still was a stinging setback. It was only time the Byzantine Empire became a prisoner of the Muslim commander, and the first time since Valerian that the Roman Empire was captured alive by an enemy foe.
See, that's a big deal, right? That's a very big deal. That's a very big deal. Let's watch a little bit, especially from this wonderful program, that's Crusade, First Crusade. So there's many crusade, and why crusade is important. Crusade still history of crusade. First one are the most important. Okay, the first crusade are the most important, and this program, epic history are probably the best. The best. The epic history is the best. The first crusade, 4 parts.
In the Middle Ages.
The beautiful thing about this one, they give you the time and they give you the geography. They give you the time, they give you the geography. And you can, especially right now, you want to participate in the history competition and geography competition, your wonderful friend, become the national champion of world geography because he studied maps. Look at this: Anatolia, Syria, Persia, Hungary. Okay, Andalus, Muslim-controlled Spain.
Europe and the Middle East were divided between Christian states, or Christendom, and Muslim states.
See, in here, you need to know in Muslim state, you have Abbasid Caliphate, the second most important caliphate. And you have Fatimid Caliphate. Their capital city are where? Cairo in Egypt.
They were uneasy neighbors and frequently at war.
Here is in Spain. The north is Christian, the south is Muslim from the original from Africa here, right? Okay. Here is in Sicily. Sicily is a battlefield. Sicily. That's why eventually there is a lot of mafia in Sicily because the local people don't trust the government.
On the front line, the Eastern Roman or Byzantine Empire.
Byzantine Empire.
The major Christian power in the Eastern Mediterranean. But in the 11th century, a powerful new force emerged that threatened.
Yeah, Seljuk. See, look at this, Seljuk Turks. Originally, they came from western part of China. They gradually moved to Persian world and they keep on going west. So their trip is from the east all the way to go to the west. All the way go to the west.
And its very survival. The Seljuk Turks, originally from Central Asia, migrated south, converted to Sunni Islam.
Why they converted to Sunni Islam? Because these people are slaves, they're mercenaries, they are warriors, they sell themselves to fight the war for the Muslims. When the Muslims getting rich, they're also getting lazy, right? When people get rich, they get lazy and they hire other people to fight their war. Who are fighting their war? Seljuk Turks. So the Seljuk Turks say, okay, I'm fighting your war. In order to get a promotion, they convert to Islam. And then eventually they take over the power.
And carved out a great empire for themselves. In 1071, at the Battle of Manzikert.
Say it with me. Manzikert. 1071. That is the name and the time. Manzikert. 1071. That's the time you definitely need to memorize.
The Seljuk Turks inflicted a crushing defeat on the Byzantine Empire. They went on to conquer most of Anatolia. Cities such as Nicaea and
cities are such as Nicaea, important, famous.
Antioch.
See, from ancient time, these are famous cities. Nicaea in literature.
Rich in Christian history, fell to the Seljuk Turks. In 1092, the great Seljuk Sultan Malik Shah died, and his empire began to fragment.
Yeah, one big empire because of leadership transition. They broke into many pieces. His son, grandson, his generals all pick up the pieces. They have the name like Sultan, Sultanate, Emir, E-M-I-R, the local leader called Emir.
The Byzantine Empire came under renewed attack as local warlords sought territory and plunder.
See, that's the Seljuk Turks, Turkish people.
Mm-hmm.
In 1095, Byzantine Emperor Alexius I Comnenus wrote
Now write down that guy's name. You need to memorize. Okay, he's an important emperor. He's getting up strength.
To Pope Urban II, making a desperate appeal for military aid from his fellow Christians.
That is a very stupid decision. Because the East and the West, they hate each other. Now they are asking their former enemy to help them. That he bring disaster to his empire. He's asking Pope Urban II, and Urban II taking the opportunity for his own power, because Pope Urban II, what he's doing? He's fighting another internal war with the Holy Roman Empire. Make sense? Yeah, he's fighting his own war with the Holy Roman Empire. Oh, this is a good time to promote my power, using the power of religion.
Christians in the West. It wasn't the first such appeal by the emperor, but this time the results would be unlike anything ever seen before.
Write down this word, Latin words.
Pope Urban saw the emperor's appeal as a golden opportunity, a chance to heal the rift that had emerged between Western and Eastern.
Yeah, did we write it down last time? The Great Schism, write down, Great Schism, the break between the Pope and the Orthodox Church, Catholic Church, centered on Rome, and the Orthodox Church, centered in Byzantine. Both of them excommunicated the other part of the church. What is excommunication? Did I explain to you what is excommunication, Matthew?
Yeah.
What's that?
Excommunication.
Yeah.
When you communicate something, but then they interpret into the wrong meaning.
That's right. Right. Excommunication. You are not a Christian, and you can go to hell when you die. You are the devil, and then no, you are the devil. When you die, you go to hell, and you have the power of the devil. See, these two Christian leaders call each other, their power came from devil. Make sense? That's excommunication. So now, under the threat of Muslim, these two churches, Christian churches, they try to make friends.
Eastern churches in the Great Schism, to assert his own papal authority over the unruly barons and bishops of Western Christendom.
Because the Western Christendom are broken into hundreds of small little kingdoms, and they always fight each other. And sometimes they respect the Pope, most of the time they don't.
And to drive back the infidel and reclaim Christianity's.
What's the infidel? Write it down. Infidel. I-N-F-I-D-E-L. Infidel means unbeliever. Christian call Muslim infidel. Muslim call Christian infidel. And the Eastern and West Christendom, they call each other infidel. Okay. I go to heaven, you go to hell.
Most holy sites, most of all Jerusalem, lost to Muslim rule 400 years before. At Clermont in France, Pope Urban preached a sermon to a gathering of clergy and nobles. He called on Christian knights and foot soldiers to go east, to aid their brother Christians and free Jerusalem from Muslim rule. And he offered a unique spiritual incentive. Whoever, for devotion alone, not to gain honor or money, goes to Jerusalem to liberate the Church of God, can substitute this journey for all penance.
What's the penance? You did some evil things, like you did murder, you stolen other people's money, you commit all kinds of sin, right? And then if you go to the Jerusalem to kill some Muslims, and this one probably the best, you will use Britannica. And they are probably the most reliable sources, but I like to use encyclopedia because it's easy to use. But I'm going to send you both of them. You have your choice, right? You have, wow, I gave you yesterday all these timeline. They are beautiful. They are beautiful. Now, why don't you read a little bit of the crusade? We start from here. The council, go 1095, go 1095.
All right. 109. Okay, Council of Clermont, Pope Urban II calls for the Holy War to retake Jerusalem from Muslim control. The People's Crusade, led by Peter the Hermit, thousands of untrained peasants and poor knights march east. Massacred by Turks in Anatolia and humanitarian.
Why they are massacred by the Turks? Because these are not a professional army. They are totally a bunch of uneducated, untrained mob. And the poor knights, they don't have the money, they don't have the supply, they don't have the discipline. So they were massacred by the professional soldier of Turks. Turks are warriors. A humanitarian and military disaster is not a failure, it's a disaster. And then when they don't have the money, what do? And who have the money? The Jews have the money. So where are these cities? Germany. You know, you are going to Germany, yes or no, right? So Worms is not a worm, it's a city. Cologne is a very rich city. Okay. Now you read the first crusade purpose timeline. Go ahead. Nobles. Matthew, go ahead. Nobles.
Okay, nobles. Oh,
Godfrey.
Godfrey of Bouillon, Raymond of Toulouse, Bohem of Taranto, Badwin of Boulogne, Major Battle, Siege of Nicaea, Battle of Dorylium, Siege of Antioch, Siege of Jerusalem.
See, these are the old ancient city. Yeah, the most important city, of course, have always been the Jerusalem and the fall of Jerusalem. 1099. Now you read till
Jerusalem, Crusaders storm and capture Jerusalem, massacring many Muslim and Jewish inhabitants, established the kingdom of Jerusalem and other Crusader states, Antioch, Edessa, and Tripoli. 11,000 to 12,000. Aftermath and legacy. Crusader states face resistance from Muslim leaders like Zengi,
Nur ad-Din, and Saladin.
Jerusalem is recaptured by Saladin in 1187. Second Crusade follows. Crusaders continue into the 11th century, but decline in success and moral authority.
Yeah, but decline in success and moral authority. And then all these crusaders will have a very serious troubles. Okay, these are the wonderful information and the Britannica encyclopedia, the best material ever in the whole world. And you can always quote them for that. Now we watch a little bit more and then you read a little more. These are important.
He was offering Europe's knights who lived in fear of damnation because of the violence.
Why they are in fear of the damnation? Because the Christian knight, when they were kids, your age, you're 10-year-old, they begin maybe even earlier than 10 years old. They train how to kill people every day. Make sense? Mm-hmm. If your family have money, if your family have a power, if your dad is a warrior, you have to be a warrior. You fight sword and all kinds of military techniques to kill people. Yes or no, right? So your manhood depend upon how much people you kill. And the Christianity, what is Christianity, right? Is a religion of peace. Yes or no, right? Yeah. And you slap them in the right face and you give them the other side of the face and so on and so forth. And these people call themselves Christians. Yes or no, right?
Yeah.
But their professional job is to kill people. And when they were all in Europe, who they do kill? They kill Muslim or they kill Christians? They kill other Christians because they are other Christians are their next door neighbor, right?
Oh, yeah.
5 miles from them, or 10 miles, 100 miles at the most. No, 50 miles from them. So you fight with them, or you're with your brother, your cousins. They always kill each other on a daily basis.
That's sad.
Especially they fight a lot of words with their cousins, right? Hey, cousin, I love you. Cut their head off. And after cut their head off, and they have a nightmare. Every Sunday they go to church, right? They read the Bible. And the priest will tell them, sorry. Thank you for your donation. But I know you're going to hell. When you die, enjoy your life. Okay, now you have money, you have castle, you have servants. But when you die, you go to hell, you're going to burn eternally. Then what do I do? Donate more money. How about that? When they donate more money, that's still not enough because they killed two other cousins last week. Now the Pope told them, no, don't kill Christians. You kill some Muslim, you directly go to heaven. The better is you die on the road. You go directly to heaven. And all the people you killed and all the women you raped doesn't count anymore. What do? Celebrate, right? Hey, cool. Now I have no money. What do? Next door neighbor, the other side of town, there are some Jews. Let's ask money from them. Right? Hey, I need 2,000 pieces of gold because I'm going to move Jerusalem to kill some Muslims so I can go to heaven, and you are going to go to hell. Now you need to give me money so I can go to heaven. Do you think the Jewish people want to give them the money?
No.
Then what do? Kill them, right? Now they feel even more bad. Hey, I kill more people. What do? Go to Jerusalem. Makes sense? Go to Jerusalem. Because who permits them? The Pope. Makes sense? The Pope said, hey, every European people, you either go to Jerusalem to kill some Muslim, or you donate money. If you don't go, they are risking their life. They go, and you didn't go, and you go to hell, yes or no? Unless you donate money to supply money to them, or give the Pope so I can build a big palace so I can talk with God for you and save you from hellfire. Do you think a lot of people will do that or not do that?
Nah.
They will, because they're scared. Because they are scared, especially when some people are going to die when they're getting old.
That's stupid.
Yeah, they are going to they're getting old, and their children are not respecting them. When they're 55 years old, at that time they don't live very long, and they are about to die, and the priest tell them, hey, great Lord, thank you for your donation for the last 25 years. Sorry, you are going to die. According to my notes, you're going to hell and you're going to die. But tomorrow, you're going to die. You're leaving this castle to your son, and your son doesn't respect you anyway. And your son-in-law, they curse your name. You either give to your son or daughter, and some of them don't even have a son or daughter. Or you can buy a ticket to heaven. What do you want to do? A lot of them will give the whole castle and all the land and all the serfs, I mean half slaves, to the church. Make sense? That's why, listen carefully, in Renaissance, in Rome, they can build tremendous, huge cathedrals. Make sense? Homework. Research the greatest cathedrals in Europe, especially homework. Matthew?
Got
in
it.
Germany, the great cathedrals, the greatest church, the greatest cathedrals, top 5 in France, top 5 in UK, top 5 in Germany. That's your homework. We'll do that next week. How about you report to me? The
Oh.
greatest cathedrals in Europe. And you are going to visit some of them. I'm jealous already.
Yeah, and we're going to Colin Cathedral.
Wow, 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 wow. Take some pictures and send that to me. Okay, how about that? How about that?
Alright.
And lives they led.
And now you know where did they get the money. Makes sense.
Mhm.
Because these cathedrals take a lot of money and the power to make. If you want to build something, you need money.
The chance to atone for their sins.
Atone for their sins because they do so many evil things. You make up your sin. That's called ATONE. Write it down. Atone for their sins. What is the sins? They break God's rule. How many God's rule they broke? 200 last week. Make sense? They broke 200 God's rule last week.
Through holy war.
Now, if they can atone for their sin by killing some Muslims.
What's more, their objective, Jerusalem, was a city that captivated the medieval imagination like no other. The most holy place on earth. The Pope's offer exhilarated his audience. His work
Exhilarated, write down exhilarate, make them excited. They're happy, they're happy. Oh, cool. That's the best thing I heard it. That's the best thing. And they yelling out their cry, the slogan, God's will. God wants us to kill some Muslims.
words were met with cries of Deus Vult, Deus Vult.
Write it down.
Okay.
Is that God's call or the devil's call? We don't know. I'm a stupid teacher. I don't know anything. Right? But you decide. I want you to decide. Write it down. These are Latin words. God willing. God gave me the permission and encouragement to kill some infidels. So, in order for me to buy a ticket, number one, atone for all the wrong things I did. Number one, I don't have to go to hell to be burned forever. Number two, buy a ticket, very expensive ticket to heaven.
God wills it. God wills it.
Right now in English, God's will is
Pope's appeal was preached.
God
that's
will.
yeah, God's will it. That is the best propaganda slogan in world history have ever invented. Make sense?
God wills it. The Pope's appeal was preached across Europe, sparking a wave of religious fervor. Thousands of lords, knights, and ordinary people vowed to travel to the Holy Land and fight for Christ. They identified themselves by wearing a cross, later becoming known as Cruce Signatus.
Write down this word, Latin again. Crucifixion, cruce is a cross, where Jesus was nailed on the wood cross. Okay. These people think with the cross of Jesus, they can go to heaven by killing people. Do you think Jesus, when he meet these people, they recognize them as their own or not? Jesus will say, hey, please kill me. Don't hurt other people. I will take over your sin by my death. And they say, hey, I will go to heaven because I want a better ticket to fight for Jesus, to kill people for Jesus. Okay, so I don't know. You decide. I don't put them, these things. Okay, this is the first crusade. The first crusade.
Okay.
The first crusade. And where are we? I think encyclopedia is better. And we keep on studying this one. This call was made to go. We were here. Okay.
This call was met with enthusiastic popular response across all social classes in Western Europe. Thousands of predominantly poor Christians led by the French priest Peter the Hermit were
No, write this down. Peter the Hermit. At the end of them, they get a lot of poor, uneducated people. People have no hope to go to Jerusalem. A lot of people die on the road. At the last one, they will have a crusade of children. They get a lot of innocent children like your age to go to Jerusalem to kill some Muslim. Do you think this little boy like your age can do that? No. They were all sold as a slave or died on the road. Make sense?
Mhm.
So next time people want you to do that, are you going to do it, Matthew?
Mhm.
You're not. You're not going to do that, because when you do that, you're going to be stupid and you're going to be broke my heart. Yes or no, right? If you haven't learned this human stupidity, you probably will be getting very excited and do it. But now you learn that, I hope you won't do it. Keep on going. Or the first response. Go.
What has become known as the People's Crusade passed through Germany and
So homework, I want you to research People's Crusade. Look at these poor people. Look at this wonderful picture. How many people was killed on the road? How many people? 20,000, initially 40,000. Casualty and losses. How many people died? Extremely high, nearly complete destruction. Make sense? So the enemy, the Muslim enemy, not many people died. The Muslim enemy, very small army, but they are professional army. The People's Crusade. So this hermit dude get all these poor people to die for nothing. At first they are excited. At the end, they were all slaughtered. Make sense? And a massacre. At the end, it's not a war, it's a massacre. So you are going to research People's Crusade, keep on pass through Germany, and indulge in the wide range anti-Jewish activity. Because these are poor people, they don't have the money. They pass in the very rich Jewish area. What do? They burn down the city and they loot the Jews. Yeah, the massacre of the Jews. The first crusade. See, they burn down the whole Jewish area because I'm going to die. I live my life miserable. Why you are enjoying so much food and the riches? So they just climbed the whole city and massacred them all. These are the history. That's why we are going to learn. We are learning history because we don't want to repeat the stupidity the humans have ever done. Yeah. So that's why we are learning history. It's a very important part of world history. And the Britannic Encyclopedia are the best and most reliable, but for the easy to understand and easy to click, you use this thing. Let's watch for another 10 minutes and we discuss. Okay, keep on going.
Crusaders. A few of these men saw opportunity in the East for fame and fortune, but overwhelmingly they went in search of spiritual salvation, willing to undertake a long, expensive and perilous journey.
Perilous, expensive, they need a lot of money, so they kill Jews. Or they steal and rob people on the road. And perilous journey is very dangerous because on the road you're stealing money from people, you're, God forbid, you rape women on the road. The local people are going to raise up and attack you, yes or no, right?
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people die on the road to save their soul from the fire of hell.
To save their souls from the fires of hell.
The People's Crusade. So that's your homework. Research more the People's Crusade.
Pope Urban had intended the crusade to be led by nobles and made up of knights and experienced soldiers. But the viral success of his appeal led thousands of ordinary townsfolk and peasants to take the cross.
Because in the medieval Europe, the common people's life is already almost like a hell. Make sense? They have a plague, they don't have enough food to eat. Plague kill 50% of their people. They think their death is very imminent. No, we can go to heaven directly. Why not? We have nothing to lose. Anyway.
Many inspired by a French priest known as Peter the Hermit, who became leader of this so-called People's Crusade.
So we only have 5 minutes. Why don't we do this one together and study People's Crusade? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it's even worse. The Children's Crusade. I really want to use the study. No. That's too homework. And of course, if you don't have the time, we study them together. And many literature talk about it. And And it's even the Children's Crusade, kids your age. And next week we have more stuff to study. Okay. So, ta-da, it's on the way. So let's read a little bit of, man, it's disgusting, but it's real. Now, can you read one paragraph for me? Go. The Children's Crusade.
Mm-hmm.
Matthew, read one.
Crusade. It was a failed popular crusade by European Christians to establish a Latin kingdom of Jerusalem. That was super stupid. In the Holy Land in the 13th century, and why did it even allow children to participate? Some sources have narrowed the date to 1212. Though it is called the Children's Crusade, it never received the papal approval from the Pope Innocent III to be an actual crusade. The traditional narrative is likely conflated from a mix of historical and mythical events, including the preachings of visions by a French boy and a German boy, and an intention to
the boy your age become a preacher, and an intention to peacefully convert a Muslim in Holy Land
to Christianity. Bands of children marching to Italy, and the children being sold into slavery in Tunis. The Crusaders of the real events on which the story is based left areas of Germany, led by Nicholas de Coligny, and northern France, led by Stephen of Blois.
See, look at these pictures. These innocent boys. These innocent young boys. Yeah, these innocent young boys participate. And the young boys have more idealistic. They hope for the best. They receive hell. Traditional account. Okay, so these are the People's Crusade and then the Children's Crusade. Was the beginning of the phrase. So the beginning of phrase is the people's, the adults. Mm-hmm. And then the second one would be the children, because they think the older people are too sinful, they're not good enough to win Jerusalem. So when you grow up, you need to be very wary of charismatic monk who really know how to make public speech, because the power of public speech is to convince people to do something they don't want to do themselves, but they want other people to sacrifice for them. A lot of evil people are great orators. Make sense? Like Adolf Hitler. Adolf Hitler is a powerful orator, and I think the hermit, Peter the Hermit, this guy in the middle, he have the power like Adolf Hitler. Okay. So that's all the time we have today. You enjoy. See, eventually the massacre of the Jews in Central Europe, in all these important cities and trading cities, pogrom. What is the pogrom? They kill a lot of Jews at the same time. Massacre. More massacre. Okay, anyway. So that is the crusade. So you study crusade. I will see you next week or sometimes, and enjoy your weekend. Okay. Enjoy the weekend. During the weekend, I'm going to study literature with your wonderful brother and he's a friend. Okay. Shakespeare. And you are going to study Shakespeare with me in the future. But right now is hard. Okay. Enjoy your life. Enjoy your weekend. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.